So if you're doing an aftermarket radio swap on like a 93 to 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee, this might apply to some other 1.5 DIN cars, or cars with a similar radio with this part number. The one I'm replacing is P048585556AC, right? That's the one we're replacing. And I got an aftermarket radio. So Chrysler made these as a 1.5 DIN. So it's not 2 DIN, it's not 1 DIN. It's this weird in-between size, right? So your options for replacing the radio are either finding a wider screen that is in a single DIN head unit, right? Getting a spacer like this one and then having the screen pop out. So, you know, like something that connects here. I didn't want to go for that. I just wanted the standard touchscreen because I didn't need a big screen because I already wired a backup camera to my rear view mirror instead of onto the radio. So I'm just getting this spacer. The spacer was $10 and it came with a harness, and it turns the 1.5 DIN space for this radio with this spacer to a 1 DIN, a single DIN, and that's fine. But when you get the harness for this radio and you look, everything plugs in, right? Everything plugs in, you have all your wires, you line them all up, but there's no ground wire. There's just one ground wire that's left over on the aftermarket side. And the easy thing for that, it's very easy, right, is the factory, a spade connector right there. It's just a standard spade connector, just an offshoot for a spade connector. And that's all you have to do to ground this wire, is just use a spade connector. So pretty cool. You can use a male spade connector just crimped onto this, and it's right there with the harness, and that's all you need. So it's pretty useful in that way. And I'm gonna do that off camera, show what it looks like, and then heat shrink it after. So I just got that crimped right onto there, and now I'm gonna heat shrink tube it just for a better securement, right? I mean, these are all heat shrink crimps. I have them covered with tape just to make the wire loom prettier, but yeah, heat shrink is your best friend. Yeah, so I've got the heat shrink on there. I've got my wiring all ready. Just a little spacer that goes on the side like that. And what I'm personally gonna do, because this doesn't have like a locking screw that it came with or anything, I'm just gonna wrap a zip tie around the other end once I get this in that position. Tie around like that. I didn't show this part because there's another pretty good YouTube video about it already, but as you can see, got our gray input, our black input. This is the ground wire that's the spade connector, right? And then your antenna. So it should look something like, if I can't do this one-handed, but I can demonstrate it here. It should look something like, we can try that, right? Antenna in here. And then gonna get our harness, and we're gonna do the harness end that goes into the actual aftermarket head unit, like so. Then we're gonna take the ground wire that leads off of it right here and connect it like so. Maybe the other way around. Oh, hold on. There we go. That's in there nice and good. And then we're gonna take these connectors. Dang, I really can't get there. But anyway, these connectors are color coded and they connect to those two that are sticking out. I can't get it on camera with one hand, but I can try and do it through the camera, but we'll see in a second. Let's see. Can't really see that. Oh yeah, my phone's gonna fall over if I keep doing it like that. But there you go. So that's in, and that's in. So this whole radio is connected. When I turn the car on, it should work. Let's prep that. Beautiful. Just to recap, if you weren't able to find the other video I mentioned, the way that this comes out is there's the faux wood trim pieces are going to pop out of here and pop out of this segment where you see the exposed parts are, right? And you're going to take that off. There's a screw here, 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 and then I believe there's 5 up here. You can see where each inlet is right there. So there's 5 at the top. Those are all the screws you need. And then this is going to pop out. It has clips. Or it's kind of like recessed on there. There's a couple of clips and it's gonna pop out. You just gotta be careful. And then there's 2 10mm bolts that hold the actual radio bracket in, right there. So yeah, cross tip screwdriver, 10mm, and knowing how to wire. That's all you need to do this, and it goes in pretty easy. So I'm just gonna skip showing it because somebody else already did. but you know, it's really easy. Yeah, so then this piece just pops in, and all the screw holes I showed you, just make sure they line up, right? And Bob's your uncle.